Because like a lot of LA Asians are actually pretty like reserved, you know? Like we're just like everyone's kind of like all Wong Fu and shit. Like, oh, I don't want to offend you, don't offend me. Let's all be Phil Wang together. Phil, I love you. But like everyone's like that, right? Like everyone, let's just drink my boba, half sweet, of course, not too much flavor.
And welcome back, everybody, to a very Vietnamese episode of The Careful featuring Tway the Bay.
Tway the Bay!
So, question for you.
Okay.
You've obviously been back to Vietnam. Is it a couple times now?
Yeah.
Literally 2 trips. You've taken a group of people.
Yep.
What is that about, by the way?
So the goal of doing that was just to connect people to my culture and to show people like what Vietnam is all about, because like when I say Vietnam, I feel like people think that it's like this third world country where we live in fucking huts and shit, and they don't realize like it's a really like fast paced like country, and we're developing so quick.
About to be superpower.
Come on, baby. For real?
Yes.
Give it like 5-10 years, dude. So much business is moving there.
The skyline in Saigon looks exactly like the skyline in New York. Like it's crazy. And so I wanted people to like really experience that, and so like I just wanted to bring a group of people to like really soak it in, because it doesn't. You can listen to me talk about it all day, but you can't really feel it unless you're there.
How do I become a part of the tour group?
Yeah.
That's too much liability for her, man.
Yeah, she's not gonna say you.
I have insurance.
I've been to Vietnam. Thank you very much. Have you been to the motherland?
Yeah, it's my motherland, not yours.
Okay, for a temporary time, Japan colonized it, so okay, it's kind of.
Why don't you take him?
Liability, dude. I don't have Joe insurance.
I've been there before, so I won't be that different, okay? It's not gonna be that.
He'll behave. He'll be
I will.
You
I know people there.
Okay, well, from all of your Vietnamese experience,
TK don't count.
question for you.
That's hilarious. I love TK.
Yeah, we love TK.
How do you know TK? I feel like everyone
He's
loves
from the dance world.
Who doesn't?
Oh,
Who
yes.
doesn't know TK?
Yes, I'm like, oh my god.
He's from the
everyone
Wild
fucking
Boys
knows
era.
Doesn't know TK and Skylight.
Love you, TK.
I don't know who TK is.
Yeah, you do. You know.
You'll meet him.
Tony Nguyen, dude.
Wow, what a loser.
Alright.
He's Vietnam's Tony Robbins, all right?
He really
He
is.
basically is. He's super tall. He's way taller than me.
He's so tall.
Really?
Anyways, so what is the biggest difference between Vietnamese people in Vietnam and Viet-American people?
Great question.
Ooh.
Do you consider
I would love
yourself
to
a
know what she
Vietnamese
thinks.
person from Vietnam?
Yes.
How long were you born there?
Like, yeah, I was born.
How long did you live there?
I lived there for 8 years. And I was born there. I went to school there.
Are you still like Vietnamese pride, American?
I'm Vietnamese as fuck.
Okay.
But
you
if
don't
you have a fish
sound
sauce, I think you're Vietnamese.
Yeah, dude, for real.
The funny thing is, my buddy moved here like younger than you, but he has a Vietnamese accent, and I'm all like, how? Why?
Is he practicing it?
I think it's just like, it comes down to application, because I learned Vietnamese, or I learned English through watching a lot of television, and when I watched TV, I would repeat what people would say and how they would say it. And I feel like that's what really helped me. But to answer your question, I think Vietnamese people over here have a more traditional mindset versus Vietnamese people over in Vietnam.
More traditional here.
Yes.
What do you mean by traditional?
Like they're very stuck to like, if you don't do it like how, you know, like we used to do it back then, like that's you doing it wrong. But over in Vietnam, they're very open-minded.
Experimenting, they're pushing.
Especially like with food and stuff like
Can I say something about Vietnamese culture, even though I'm an outsider?
Yeah.
I agree, because I was shocked. I thought Vietnam would be full of conservative and like, but everybody from their mama was tatted up, fashionable.
They look dope, yeah.
And I was like, whoa. Because when I'm in OC, I thought everyone's very religious and like they're covered up. And then I was like, oh, when I go to Vietnam, it's probably going to be even more hardcore like that. But it wasn't. There's so many people that are modern.
in the South, I feel like up north is a bit more conservative.
Oh, I never been to Hanoi.
I went to Hanoi for the first time ever, and it was honestly like a culture shock for
That was your
even
first
for
time?
me. Yeah.
Hanoi's fucking dope though, huh?
Yeah.
What was the culture shock?
Just how conservative it was and how militarized it was.
Really?
Yes.
What does that mean? Like, what was the...
Like there were police officers on every corner with like just actual weapons.
Straight up, these babies.
and like it just felt just more like you didn't feel free. Like in Saigon, it's like the city that never sleeps. In Hanoi, it sleeps at like 11. You know, there's like not really like a nightlife compared to Saigon.
Oh, really?
Is that your Vietnamese American side calling it Saigon?
Kinda, yeah, I guess. But honestly, like in Vietnam, nobody even calls it Ho Chi Minh.
Fuck yeah.
So is it like?
What do they call it? HCM? Because a lot of my friends write it HCM.
HCM. Do you feel like Vietnamese Americans make safer choices? Is that what you mean by traditional? Like
Yes.
in terms of life decisions, like paths?
Yes, yeah.
Interesting.
Or is it also potentially like traditional because we're holding on to a culture that our parents brought over? So there's
Yeah.
no concept of progression. It's just about remembering
Exactly.
like what they came from.
Yes.
Whereas over there, they don't have to remember. They're there still.
Exactly.
So anything new and modern, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a crazy concept. I've never thought about it like that.
I didn't either.
Can
That
I
is
tell you
interesting.
something about the Japanese culture that's very similar to the Vietnamese culture? I'm gonna tell you something. So that's exactly what Japanese people say when they come here. They go, "Oh, it's almost like you guys are my grandparents' generation, or like you guys are like what Japanese people used to be, but when we come here, we see how it's preserved." So like the way we make our mochi in Little Tokyo, the way that like our karate clubs are, all that shit, like they come in and they're like, "Oh fuck, you guys
y'all
are like
still on this?
you guys are like a museum."
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
crazier because Japanese people have been here for way more generations.
So it's longer. Yeah.
So it's like the idea of that preservation that held for like 5 generations versus like at the end of the day, we're all still basically first generation Vietnamese
Yeah.
people out here. You
That
know?
is a very ironic thing, given that like if Vietnamese Americans are kind of preserving a culture that probably in Vietnam, with how fast they're expanding, is probably way beyond already.
Yeah.
Like where Vietnam must be at, it's probably like just ages.
Because they're
ahead.
rapping in Vietnam,
Yeah.
and in OC, they're still doing like cherry, cherry, baby. They're still doing fucking 19, you know.
Paris by night.
Yeah.
That is so true.
If you had a choice to live in a community of Vietnamese people or Vietnamese American people, what would you choose right now?
In America?
In America?
Yeah, in America, but like the people that you're surrounded by.
Oh, Vietnamese American.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this because it's more comfortable and like what you've
Yes.
gotten used to?
But I do want to say I want to live in Vietnam right now. Like I want to like spend half of my year in Vietnam and then the other half here.
Plus the real estate's hella good, right?
Yeah.
Part of the growth and everything and like feel
Yeah.
it?
Growth is crazy, yeah.
My goal right now is to potentially bring Didi back to Vietnam so I can provide jobs for my family that's still over there, because my family now, my cousins, they're starting to have their own family, have babies, and we in Vietnam, like it's hard to get jobs if you're not connected, if your family is not wealthy. And so I feel like if I have the opportunity to do that, I would.
Wait, so the wealthy gets jobs?
Yeah, like it's when you're connected, yeah.
Oh, like the Harvard grads here have like Wall Street jobs. Or whatever.
Exactly.
Oh.
Like good paying jobs that like are livable and you can grow with it.
Plus, it's probably way more exciting to be part of like a booming culture.
Yeah,
Because like they're like in their era right now.
They really
you know?
are.
So many industries are becoming localized in Vietnam.
The
Yeah,
fashion
plus, like,
there.
The complications with other like mogul nations like China and stuff like that, or like textile moving, or like technology, or things like the iPhone not being able to be made over there, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like so much stuff is just moving over to Vietnam, also based off of like economic price.
Aren't they kind of cracking with the automobile competition too? Like the Vietnamese car makers are kind of coming up.
There's
I
a
think
car that's
building
called,
cars
like
there,
Vina
yeah.
Fast or something like.
Yeah, Vina, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the new like Vietnamese car.
Yeah. I just saw one like the other day here, and I was like, wait, that's like a Vietnamese. Like I saw a bunch of that when I was over in Vietnam. So. It was,
Oh, so that's mad common.
oh yeah.
And I think what's just starting to stir up too, don't mark my words, but I'm excited about it, is also like their pop music culture is just starting to like get out there. A lot of indie Vietnamese artists are just starting to get featured and random stuff like that. And it's like, fuck yeah, Vietnam's time, even in the entertainment industry.
Still, man.
Out of the Vietnamese American communities, which one do you think is the most hype? Like OC San Jose,
regionals.
Houston, San Gabriel Valley. Like which one of the like?
I really don't know because the only one that I've really known is like Orange County. Like I haven't really like I've gone to San Jose once, but I never really got to like experience that. Like I haven't gotten to experience a lot of like those groups. Like even in Philly, like I haven't even gone there.
You should do like a meet and greet tour.
Yeah, like this is the year that I want to like expand that.
Yeah, the Southern Viets are fucking crazy.
I'm sure.
They're the most doma of the domas.
They're expressive.
I love Texas Vietnamese community, man.
Because when we used to do like those, like those YouTube like shows when you do it at the colleges, and then when you combine where like Vietnamese already kind of has like a hype culture, and then you combine that with the South, and they have like step competitions.
Oh yeah.
I remember my mom, because like a lot of LA Asians are actually pretty like reserved, you know, like we're just like everyone's kind of like all Wang Fu and shit. Like, oh, I don't want to offend you, don't offend me. Let's all be Phil Wang together. Phil, I love you. But like everyone's like that, right? Like everyone, let's just drink my boba, half sweet, of course, not too much flavor.
Damn, why is he calling me out?
Everyone's like that, right?
You feel attacked? You feel seen?
That's my order, bro.
You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, oh, that's too much ice.
Yeah, like less sugar, bro.
Yeah, cause I'm fucking mild as fuck. And then you go there, everyone's fucking crazy and it's hype, and you're like, what? This is fucking sick. It felt like that's where Vietnamese was meant to move to.
Wow, I love
Houston.
that. Yeah, no, Vietnamese people be raging.
Dude, yeah. Florida Vietnamese people too, man. Gainesville, Jacksonville Vietnamese.
Jacksonville Vietnamese already just sounds funny.
I like the energy there because everything is like walkable or mopedable, right? So then like
Mopedable.
you go down and it's this weird feeling like you just sit on your moped and you just go and it's just like in this big ass clusterfuck of humans.
Yeah.
And you just pull up and you get coffee with your homies and you go, let's go get some noodles and shit.
It's
And
just like being outside.
Yeah.
Being outside just feels so good. Like you actually want to be outside. Like there's like a community out there versus like being over here. It's just like I want to stay home.
You're just
And in the
terrified.
restaurants, I felt like the restaurants felt like a big old like village of people that knew each other already, but they don't, right? But you'll be eating, a fucking toddler comes up and just sits next to you and shit, and you're just like, what's this fucking baby doing? I don't know.
I do love that.
Yeah.
And then you're just chilling, and it don't just be fucking, everyone be talking to each other. This person on that table will start making friends, and you're just like, you feel like you're in a bar, but you're just having lunch.
Yeah.
Dude, the idea of like a bunch of restaurants next to each other with neon lights and then like just colored chairs and you're all sitting outside.
And those baby chairs.
Yeah, those baby chairs, but everybody's just eating out there. It's like, that's so cool.
In like almost every restaurant, they would have like shows. Have you ever experienced that?
No, there's a show.
Someone singing or like.
No, like they'll be dancing and singing and like like full out like choreography, like lights and all this.
Like a stage and all that.
Yes, like it's a normal thing.
That's dope.
Nah, I need to go to those restaurants. I was doing all like the ones that are like somebody's garage.
I mean, those ones are great.
I went to this one in Da Nang who was like known for their Boomba Way, right? And by day, it's a moped tire shop. And by night, like, they set up tables, right?
Sick.
And you see tires on the wall, like all this shit, the grease, whatever. And the lady's just like in the front with a boiling pot just serving people up. So in the back, you go into the shop and you just in the shop eating Boomba Way and shit. And I was like, this shit's fucking fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you went, did you also go up to that area in Da Nang with the bridge with the hands?
Yeah.
Did you go to the amusement park?
Bana Hill.
Yeah. Did you go to the amusement park behind it?
Yeah,
Is that not
crazy.
the fucking weirdest amusement park though?
It's like
It's like counterfeit amusement park.
Yeah, it's so weird, but it's so grand.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's like 3 times bigger than like the size of
huge.
Disneyland.
What?
And it's built on top of mountains. So like to go from one spot to another, you have to take a cable car like across.
But all their like performers that dress up and stuff are like all like the Europeans or Russians or random people that like come by.
It's like made up
I see what you mean,
characters.
yeah. So a
And you're-
princess will be like someone from Russia or something?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
basically
it's-
all Russian.
I feel like a rich dude. So imagine if you're a baller, right? And then you go to Disneyland, you go to Lotte World, you go to all these places and you get inspired, and then you just make something.
What's this place called?
Bana Hills.
But then you're taking cable cars from like one area to the next, and as you look down, there's just monkeys swinging in trees
Yes.
and shit.
Bro, I want to go to Vietnam so bad.
Come on.
This area too, Da Nang is a beach city. It's beautiful.
It's fucking cool.
I like Nha Trang better as a beach
like
city.
both.
I haven't been to Nha Trang yet.
You would love Nha Trang.
I know.
Like the beaches there are incredible.
You got reconnect.
And they got little islands all
Yes.
around. And you just go to the island.
Let's get out of the States. Let's go.
And every single time you walk out the hotel too, there's like, you know, the delivery dudes or like, you know, the taxi guys there on like Grab motorcycles and stuff. And they're always like boom boom room, you know, boom 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 massage.
Oh, they call it that there too?
I don't want to get it, man.
Massage.
They do grab and grab you?
What's a boom boom? What's a boom boom?
Hey, what's a
massage?
boom boom massage?
You don't know boom boom?
Wait, jack you off?
Tell him boom boom.
the ropes, Anthony.
Why am I? You should show him.
I'm not gonna show him.
What's the boom boom?
Yeah, show me.
massage?
So they don't have Uber
Demonstrate.
Eats, they have Grab, right? So the Grab guys, they come around, they do fucking delivery, and then they'll grab your dick and jack you off.
Really?
That's why it's called Grab.
They basically just know where all the like ghetto massage parlors are, and they'll take you there. And it's like you literally are paying like the cheapest amount for people, and like the ladies there, like the almost like the masseuse there, or the ma'am there, if you will, the madam. She'd be like pulling up on her phone on her WhatsApp and showing you photos of like the girls that they offer and stuff like that in their prime, obviously.
In their prime.
Yeah, you're like, you like her? I'm like, no, I just want a massage.
Yeah, that's what a real
Just neck and
massage.
shoulders, please.
I'm tendonitis, dude.
You could get a scooter Uber. So like a dude like from the Grab, like you just order one and a dude pulls up and then you just go like, all right, homie, and then you straddle him from the back like this, and he just takes you around.
That's dope.
Yeah, and it's so cheap.
Yeah.
Like it's like
It's like less than $1 or whatever. I
like
don't know.
20-cent ride.
Bro, say less.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, you open up DD over there, you're gonna have to drop your prices.
no, I don't.
No, you know what though? I ate at a steak, an Australian steakhouse that was like $50 a steak, like whatever. It's there are restaurants that are like Western prices.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's a crowd for that too. So that's why I was like, oh, DD would be great because I went back to Vietnam last year and I had a DD pop up over there, and the prices were the same.
That is true.
What if one of those smart ass motherfuckers beat you at Connect 4? You gotta give them hella free food.
They're all practicing for next time you're there.
Probably shit.
So haven't you had a lot of places in Vietnam try like get you to bring Didi there like ASAP?
Yeah.
No.
It seems like that would be like something that was popular here. Seems like it would smash over there.
I mean, I think so. I just don't think that like we found like the right partners. Yeah.
Gonna happen soon, I'm sure.
I
That's
love Vietnam.
bound to happen.
I wish
for
I spoke
sure.
Vietnamese because I was like, this is one of those once in a lifetime opportunity places. Like, you know, booms, right? Like,
Doesn't happen.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
But Vietnam's happening, and also it's going to continue because they're one of the few countries in Asia where 60% of the population is under 30 years old. So that means that's where the superpower thing is going to happen because like Korea, Japan, China, even they're all going to be
Like
aging, deplete, and their populations. Obviously, the Vietnamese population isn't going to like be as big as China, but it's a growing and a young population. So there's going to be a lot of booming for a while, man.
Dude. Shout out to Vietnam, huh? Shout out.
The Vietnam.
I want to go bad.
We should do a JK Vietnam trip. We should copy her business model and then be like JK Vietnam
Copy
tour.
her business model.
And then we'll just have a ton of our fans come with us to Vietnam and then we'll do a tour and then we'll just copy what she does.
Please.
You want to or no?
I mean, dude, he's the boss, right?
Would you rather go?
I'm
with,
not a risk if I'm telling you
Would
to
you
go.
rather go with us or with Tway to Vietnam?
To Vietnam?
I'd rather go to Tway with
Yeah, honest question.
She knows way more shit than
Damn,
we do.
Anthony.
You're supposed to be our guide, man.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, so you want to come with us?
No.
We'll probably ruin your street cred.
Editor, cut that out.
Don't tell me what to do.